The events of Acts span approximately 30 years. It was a transformational era for the body of Messiah that didn't happen overnight. But when you're just reading it, you really don't get a sense of just how much time is actually passing. So to address this, the MJLT integrates within the text of Acts, as best as can be determined, the approximate corresponding dates of events. The MJLT also notates the points that James and Paul likely composed their letters during the course of events. This helps to put both the events of Acts and the writings of James and Paul into harmony and perspective. For example, between Acts 11:18 and 11:19, the MJLT inserts the line, circa AD 40, Yaakov writes his letter. If we then jump to Yaakov, we read in the very first verse, from Yaakov, a slave of God and of the Master Yeshua the Messiah, to the 12 tribes of Yisrael who are in the dispersion. Shalom. In the dispersion. Then after we read Yaakov and return to where we left off in Acts, chapter 11, verse 19 begins, those indeed, therefore, who had been scattered abroad or dispersed from the oppression that came after Stephen. So it was during these events in Acts, which record the scattering and oppression of the Jewish believers, that Yaakov was likely writing his letter, a letter to Jewish believers. This information completely changes your headspace then when you read the second and third verses of Yaakov, where he says, count it all joy, my brothers, when you fall into various ways of testing, knowing that the proving of your faith brings about perseverance in you. So this wasn't just some random encouragement that Yaakov was giving his fellow Jewish believers. On the contrary, in the context of the Jewish believers' persecution from their own Jewish people, a persecution of oppression, resulting in their dispersion from Israel and scattering throughout Phoenicia and Cyprus and Antioch and all throughout the region, Yaakov was encouraging them to persevere and count it all joy.